Hello everybody, it's Plushyproductions here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how you can make your own Five Nights at Freddy's 1 office with using just cardboard. The cardboard could be as small or as big as you want it to be, but for this I chose a small box. And for this project you will be needing some light gray automotive primer, flat gray primer, some paint, and a few markers. And now that you got all your items together, let's get to work. I started by cutting the box up, ripping it apart, and cutting it into individual pieces. Because later on, as you'll see in the video, I'm going to be making each part of the box individual walls. See, now that you have your box all cut up, and it is now taking its shape, as you can tell here versus here. You can see the walls coming together and taking shape. And you may be wondering, why did you use a full box here and not a full box here? This office is going to be specifically for certain angles that I can't get with this one. So this one, you're very limited in the angles that you can get. So like, for example, I can come in close and get around here, around here, around here, and then so on and so forth. But then it's gonna be really hard for me to control a character and get inside here and do other stuff. Versus here, where I can take out this wall, come over here, where the wall was, and then get better angles of this door. And then so on and so forth. So like, pretend the desk is here, and then the door's here. I'll show you more examples later when I get them finished, but yeah, that's the main reason for doing this. And now you're gonna want some duct tape. I do recommend that you use masking tape instead, because it's overall better for what you're trying to do. I'm trying to pull it, put it on, and then we're gonna be using it for the striping of the wall. It's important to make sure the tape doesn't stick too much to the cardboard, especially since I'm using duct tape. It can stick, rip your box up, and you don't want that to happen. It is also important to line up your tape with each wall so that it remains consistent when you get the walls up and put together. So that's the main concern there. Once you got that all handled, you're gonna wanna start painting. And this is just a simple process, just you want the darker gray at the bottom and the lighter gray at the top. You're gonna get a little bonus here of me painting a hallway, or a future hallway that is. It is the same process of how I'm showing painting the office. We're gonna now grab some of our paint, bring it over, take off our masking tape, and start painting the areas that we masked off. Here you're going to see me grabbing the red marker to continue marking up the box. Here you're going to see me start to mark up the box with the black marker to make the checkerboard pattern. Again, it's important to remain consistent. Lining up the boxes to make each of the walls line up with each other.
Then for the desk, I'm just going to cut up a box that I found. You can find any other square box or build the desk from scratch if you wanted to. It's just important to keep it consistent with the size of the room to cut the shape of the box. Then what you're going to want to do is mark up one of your walls for the door and the windows. So for this, I just grabbed a red marker and then traced out a square for the window and the door. It is also important to make sure that your door doesn't go below your checkerboard pattern and it stays as high as the door, because it's like that in the game. You can see it in Fnaf VR Help Wanted and so on and so forth. So I'm going to go on and continue cutting open this door. It's also, keep in mind, never to cut towards yourself like I'm doing here.
Now that you got all this cut out, you're gonna want to focus now on the door. So I made the door specifically bigger than the wall because I'm gonna be adding a track so that the door can go in and out of. So I'll show you that once that's done. Boom. I made a track for the door, so now it can just come up. If you made it a little loose, it'd be better. So you see, what it basically is it's two pieces of cardboard just stacked on top of each other, just like that. And I made my door a little bigger so that it just has a little easier time going through. So you just slide it into the slot, and then boom, it just it just goes in, and then you can shut the door, and then open it just by pulling it out, and then shut it. Just like that. And now you got a track on the door, and you don't have to worry about losing it because it's just going to stay on there. And so on and so forth. So I'm going to get to painting this and show you when that's done. Now we're about to approach the end of this video because we have the doors that can be opened up from the back. All you gotta do, because they're on a track, it's a lot easier to do. Just open that, boom, and then shut. This is a placeholder. I'm gonna do this later. I just don't feel up to it right now. You can add the door buttons if you want. Same thing over here. All I gotta do is pull it up. It stays on the track. Open it up and then close it. Boom. And there you go. So the only thing I gotta have to do now is get these. So I made this poster using Photoshop, and then I printed it in a small format on here, and then I found online these. So ignore this one. I am not going to use this one. I'm going to make this one using Photoshop. So I found the posters of every poster in the office online, and then I formatted it onto this piece of paper to fit up here on the wall. So I'm going to cut these out, put them on the wall, and show you what it looks like when it's done. Boom! And now we are finished. We have the poster set up. We have all the little posters set up. In the picture in the actual game, you can see all of these posters, except for this one in the corner. I just picked this one out and decided to put it there. I like it. We got Bonnie shredding, so it's probably one of my favorite posters in the bunch. Considering you can't see it in the game, it's still a cool added detail. So yeah, we have everything. It's just perfect. And it was important for me to get every detail I possibly could with this set because of how often the security guard is going to be in it in the movie. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I inspired you to make your own. And if you do, go ahead and tell me in the comments if you did, and I'll be happy to see what you guys do with this information. So yeah. And the floor I got from Hobby Lobby. So the floor is just a tablecloth that you can get at Hobby Lobby for like $2, and it's a pretty big tablecloth. It's huge. So this is just, you know, an example of what it's like. So huge. This is gonna be for the flooring for like everything almost. That's what I'm gonna do. So if you want to get tablecloth, boom, there. And I showed you how to make this and everything else around here. So I'm gonna give you some examples of some shots that I also have. So here we go. And now we have the opportunity to get shots that we wouldn't be able to get to before. So like, for example, we can do something like this that we wouldn't have been able to do with our previous office. So now he can look out the window and come back over here, and then maybe a shot like this at the desk, and so on and so forth. So using this method, we're able to get different shots from different angles.
I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be excited for the movie. Like, comment, and subscribe, but it seems that I have run out of power for now.